Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am here to share with you some beauty products that I 100% regret buying. First of all, we're gonna start with skincare. I only have three makeup items. We're gonna start with skincare. So first of all, Summer Fridays jet lag mask. This whole video was prompted by me watching a story of someone saying that this was great for dry skin today. I actually had completely forgotten about this, but this is trash. This stuff ruined my skin for like a week. This is supposed to be an ultra hydrating, ultra nourishing face mask. It's not. I've heard people using it as eye cream. I'm gonna try that, but I can't imagine it being good. Anyway, this sucked every iota of hydration out of my skin. I have drier skin. During the summer, it leans more combination, but I bought this as soon as it came out. I bought it from Summer Friday's website, and they don't accept open returns, which is why I still have it in my possession. I hated this stuff. I used it twice, two completely separate occasions. I separated them by enough time where I had no noticeable effects lingering from using this. This was the only variable in the routine at the time, so I know that this is what caused my reaction. It made my skin so tight, almost like burning. It has peppermint in it, I think, which is supposed to make the skin tingle a little bit, but this was beyond a tingle. It just, I don't know, you put on a thick layer and you let it sit, sort of like the Glossier Moisturizing Moon Mask. And this did absorb into my skin, but it left me so tight. I needed like 500 moisturizers after this, and it broke me out like crazy, because I am the type of person, I have drier skin, and when my skin gets really dry, really irritated, I'm prone to breaking out more. So yeah, I hated this. This is trash to me. Obviously, everyone is different. I know people that like this. I know people that hate this. It's just totally subjective, but personally, this did not work for me. Next, a cult favorite, Pixi Glow Tonic. I don't like this. I don't like this for my face at all anyway. It has so much fragrance in it. I find it to be extremely irritating. There are so many glycolic toners out there that I feel like this one is just too extra. This has so much fragrance in it. It is irritating to my skin and I don't like it. But I kept this. I don't actually know if you can return Pixi products. I bought this at Target. I'm sure you can. But I've been using this on my feet and I really like it on my feet. It doesn't bother them. I wanted some type of acid for my feet because they're so dry. And this works great, but I don't like this for my face at all. There are so many people who love this on their face, but just not me. Next is the Lush Vanishing Cream. I'm not even sure if they still make this. This is pretty old, but I don't like this. This really broke me out, really irritated me. I always tend to have that reaction to Lush skincare products. Like, I love their body lotions and things like that, but their skincare, it has so many like essential oils. I don't know, potentially irritating. A lot of naturally derived ingredients are potentially irritating. They're some of the most sensitizing, allergenic, irritating ingredients that can be put into skincare, and that's pretty much like all that Lush is. So for a long time, I didn't know that, and I just continually used these things thinking that they would, you know, be great for my skin, when really I was breaking out a ton and my skin was really irritated. And part of the problem was that I was using things like this. Look at her. She's messing up my pillows. A lot of people love Lush skincare. It just doesn't work for me. Next, Tatcha Violet C Radiance Mask. I didn't like this at all. Not because it irritated my skin or really did anything bad to me. I feel like this didn't do anything to my skin. It's supposed to be brightening. It's supposed to give you a more radiant complexion. I don't feel like it did anything for me. I absolutely love the color of it. I think that it's really pretty, but the Pharmacy Bright On is like a fraction of the price, same color, and it yields way better results than this does. I'm pretty sure this has AHAs in it too. It's supposed to be gently exfoliating as well, and it just, I don't feel like it did anything. Like, I would put it on, it didn't feel like anything on my face. I would take it off, I looked exactly the same. I actually haven't heard a ton of opinions on this, and I haven't looked at the Sephora page or the reviews or anything, but I think that it's overpriced and I don't think that it does anything. But the packaging is pretty and the color is really pretty. So it's got that working for it. Last purely skincare item is the Glossier Super Pure. And this, I don't regret buying it because I don't like it. I actually do like it, but there are so many niacinamide serums out there that this one is ridiculously overpriced for what it is. This is a ½ ounce, it's tiny, and while I do like it, I don't think that it's worth $38 or whatever. Like, there are just so many cheaper options for this. There is absolutely no reason that they should be charging, I think it was $28 for this. There's no reason they should be charging that for a ½ ounce when those other brands are charging like $10 or $12 for a full ounce. You feel me? Next thing is like half skincare, half makeup. It's the Tarte Pearl. I don't hate this, but I do. This was not worth however much I paid for it. It is extremely difficult to apply. It does brighten the under eye area, but I also feel like it is so hard to work with that it's not even worth the fact that it brightens the under eye. There is a brightening, there is an exact same product, like a dupe product from First Aid Beauty that's a fraction of the price, that works a lot better, that is way easier to apply, and also makeup does not layer well over this. You might as well have not put it on at all. It just kind of rubs away. The Fab one does stay put. This is a really pretty packaging. It looks like a lavender Pokeball. It has a nice consistency. The shade selection is abysmal. This is the lightest shade, and I am like really tan right now. And this is still, in my opinion, too dark for my under eyes. I like to have really light under eyes. So anyone that's more fair than I am would absolutely not be able to work with this shade selection, which I think is depressing. Especially in this day and age. Like, what are you doing? You're making a product that's literally supposed to provide coverage, brighten the under eye area, and yet you only make it in 3 shades. Like, this is clearly not something that is going to blend into the skin fully. It's going to sit atop the skin, and it's going to give you something. So you need to have a more inclusive shade range if you're gonna be available on the market at this moment, in my opinion. But yeah, this is a total waste of money. I actually don't feel like I know anyone that literally loves this. It's a really good concept, and like I said, the First Aid Beauty one is great, but this one just does not hit the mark for me at all. Now, last 2 things are makeup. They're both from Tarte. The first is the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. I thought that I liked this when I first got it, but the more that I've used it, the more I realized this is not a creaseless concealer. It doesn't exist in this packaging anymore. It's now in one with like a doe foot applicator and a twist on top. But this stuff creases like crazy. I can't put it under my eyes because it's really drying and it really creases really badly. It does have decent coverage, which is great, but if you're getting this because of the creaseless aspect, which is why I got it, because I tend to crease under my eyes because I smile a lot and it gives me these stupid smile lines under my eyes, this is not the one for you because it's not creaseless. That's literally the only reason I bought it, and it does not work for that. I don't know why it claims to be creaseless. Where doesn't it crease? Like, where? Why? Why does it have that name? And lastly is the one that I feel the most passionately about. I've talked about this before. It's the Tarte Shape Tape Foundation. I hate this so much. I can't, you know, everything else I'm like, oh, it might work for you, blah, blah, blah. But this, I can't imagine it working for anyone. I got the hydrating formula because I have drier skin. And I really expected it to be somewhat similar to Shape Tape in consistency, maybe not in finish because Shape Tape's a little bit matte, but at least in coverage, you know? This has terrible coverage. You have to use a ton of product to get a medium coverage. Oh my gosh, it wears horribly. It oxidizes like crazy. Within like the first 30 minutes of wearing it, you easily need 2 to 3 shades lighter because it oxidizes so much. It literally makes me look like an Oompa Loompa, which is another thing. It's warm, so, you know, naturally they go for the orangest of orange undertones they can possibly manufacture. Yeah, I just hate it. It doesn't wear well. I know I said that already, but it breaks down. Like, it gets really patchy. Oil peeks through really easily. I get that it's a hydrating formula, but I'm not an oily person. I get oily like way into the day. on a normal day. And I never wear like super matte foundations or anything like that. But with this, I get so shiny so quickly. Even if I set it like crazy, even if I put like a whole mess of powder on this face, the oil is still shining through. I don't even know if it's oil. Is it oil from this? I really don't know. But regardless, I hate this. Also, same as with the Pearl, this has an abysmal shade range. Okay, that's it for products I regret buying. Usually when I regret buying a product, I return it immediately. All of these things I either couldn't return or like the Tatcha Violet Sea Mask, I was pretty much like, well, maybe I'm just using it wrong. So I just continued to use it. And by the time I decided that I hated it, it had been like 2 months. So what's the point? The Glossier stuff, I don't really know what Glossier's return policy is. So I didn't even try there. Pixie, I use it on my feet. And the Tatcha Pearl, like, I don't know why I kept that, but I did. That's really it. I could have returned that because I decided that I didn't like it pretty quickly. Anyway, okay, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all. Bye.